everyone!
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
You called
Hello.
me Toot.
God.
Oh no. Oh no.
Welcome to Wicked Game, guys. I'm Lydia, and I am your DM for this evening. We're a man down.
Man down!
Well done!
Nikki can't be with us this evening, which makes us very sad, but we're left with these players. We're left with
Thanks, Lydia. Thank you so
We're
much.
left with this absolute dross.
I mean, last time it was just the three of us. Nothing bad happened.
No, nothing bad happened at all. Get ready, folks.
This is Michelle and Tom, who'll be playing Agatha and Nariath, respectively.
Yeah,
Respectively.
Yeah, you got it.
Woo! And if you are new here, we're going to do some very brief announcements, and then I'm going to catch you up so that we can dive right in.
Yes.
And hello, if you're watching from YouTube in the future.
How's the future, folks?
Oh, don't tell us.
I bet it's worse. I bet you it's even in just a few days it'll be worse,
Okay.
won't it?
Listen, I checked in with my good pal Nostradamus, and
He's still knocking about. Good for
he
him.
said, "Good luck."
I see.
Do you tell us what to buy stocks in? In case you don't know, all these sessions that we do are uploaded to YouTube just a few days after we do them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great way to catch up on any eps that you missed and to revisit old ones if that is your cup of tea. As always, thank you to our incredible moderators who keep.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you. That was so
Thank
grounded, Tom. It really took me by surprise how grounded you were. Keep everything shipshape here and in Discord. We always say it. We always mean it. If you're looking for more good D&D actual play content, we recommend another Twitch channel called Some of the Heroes and a podcast called Dice and a Slice. Look how fucking streamlined I'm being today, guys.
Yeah.
Slipping straight through all of these announcements. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. The incredible game creator Ursa Dice is launching a Kickstarter first week of October, the 4th, I believe. It's called You Meet in a Tavern, You Die in a Dungeon. Now, having played it now.
Yeah, we're allowed to say that, aren't we?
We played a game of it. There is not to be understated how insanely fun this game is. Like, insanely fun.
So good.
We were like, this game's not going to take too long. And I certainly felt this. I don't know if you guys did. I was like, we could play this for another 5 hours
Easily.
I was so
100%.
like, oh my God, we have to wrap it up. It's like nearly 11 o'clock. It's so fun. Really can't recommend it enough. You can register your interest on Kickstarter over on the website. So I would recommend that you do that and watch this space for more kind of updates on that. Well, don't watch our space, watch their space, because they've got better information than us. Their game.
We will shout about their game, though.
Yeah, we'll have announcements as well. But, you know, you are currently experiencing the way that I do our announcements, and it's just not as good as the way that Spice does their own announcements. This Friday evening, tune in to this channel as Tom takes a trip to Grand Pailee to find themselves a spouse.
So excited.
In my text-based romance game set in our D&D world. They have threatened to make themselves enemies, but will they also find love, or will they be torn between two people like Michelle was and be haunted by their choices to this day?
Still
Listen,
haunted.
None of my choices in life in general haunt me nearly as much as the most minuscule choices that Michelle made in games, so it's fine.
I thought you were just gonna say like every choice I've ever made just stacks up and haunts me as they
That too.
Yeah, so join us on Friday for that. It will be, I'm sure, chaotic and fun.
For sure.
Are we done?
Quickly, just does sound okay? Sounding?
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 Hear the colours.
Yeah.
And
Thank you also for our wonderful mods.
Yes. Yeah, didn't Lydia do that?
I did do that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was right at the beginning.
I didn't list them because I was just, but I could list them if you want. I could get all.
I just wanted to make sure. I'm just checking the chat and seeing if they've seen anything we've missed. So
the mods get annoyed that I haven't named them all individually and throwing F-bombs everywhere.
Yeah. They're livid.
Lydia, if they did.
Lydia, don't look at the chat. Don't look. It's really bad. I'm joking.
You can't say that. Someone.
Mods get super problematic.
Someone ban Josh for saying that Lydia is a stinky poo hole.
I honestly, you know what? I knew it'd be Josh. A stinky poo hole. Okay. The thing is, you can't say an insult that just has your thumbprint all over it and then say that it's Josh. Nothing.
I was about to say, you know what's really funny is that that was a me.
Right. Previously on the Divisia Sensus, our students got a lovely day off, a lovely restful day off from their intense studies at this arcane university named the Divisia Sensus. And they kicked things off with a failed promposal and giving statements to law enforcement, just like everybody does on their Sundays. They then went on this group date. So many couples. What was it, like a quadruple date?
Yeah, it was.
To the petting zoo. Or
that's what you call a fling quartet. Sorry, Nikki's not here, so I have to do bad puns for him.
Thank you.
Yes, so they went to the petting park, and they saw many cute little animals, tiny little cute animals that they gave food to and cuddles to. And then they went to a special exhibit of that was mushroom people, that worried everybody a great deal and has made them want to like look into that and try and possibly liberate them. And then the final enclosure was the pig pen, where Hiraeth noticed an arm buried in the mud.
What'd that arm do though?
Then, through a series of chaotic events to retrieve the arm, they sprinted out of the zoo and have congregated in the basement of Agatha's family tavern.
Yay.
And that's where we left off, with a lot of people huddled in amongst the casks of mead. Michelle.
Yes.
Oh, she's so nervous. Roll the thing.
Rolling the thing.
In the heart of Mar Idia, looking over the glittering city of Solarair, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigours of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Apissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. I did it.
Did the thing.
Good work. Temporary technical producer. Love it. Love everything about it. We are many students in a basement and an arm, all huddled round one wooden table with this severed arm.
Right, okay. Right.
Once again, Hazes, I'm so sorry that this is how this has turned out. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for bringing me.
So, now that we have this arm,
Yeah.
what do?
Right, yeah. Good. Excellent question, Hiraeth. Thanks for asking that. Right, we need to find who
The
this
owner?
belongs to. Yeah, who this belongs to. We need to check missing persons. Maybe like check the Custer's board and stuff, see if there's anyone missing. Chances are nobody's gone missing yet. Okay. We also need to find out about my knits, if anyone can do that, because, you know, they're still there, and there's an arm on my table, and my dad is going to come down in like any minute.
You just you hear a voice from sort of just back from the table, like second row of people who are looking at this arm, and Malvolio says, you know, I think I'm gonna take Sasha back to the school. I don't know how you got this arm, but I think before you guys start talking about it, we don't need an explanation. We don't need to be involved any further, right? And this like deep green skinned sea elf sort of looks back and goes, no, let's go.
That's fine. Lovely to meet you. Sorry, Sasha, you said your name was?
You don't need to learn my name now. It's fine. It's kind of like, you know, don't worry about it. And they start walking up the stairs into the tavern.
No, don't go down that. Go.
What?
Go round. You can't go that way.
Back through the hatch.
Yeah, is that okay?
Okay. And they kind of push the trapdoor back
Sorry.
up.
Thanks.
And out.
Lovely to meet you.
On the way out, Mal just goes, I'll speak to you later, Hazes. Bye, everyone. And they shut the trapdoor again, and you are 2 down.
Okay.
2 down, 6 left.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can I take a look at the arm?
Yeah, roll investigation.
Could I ask for Nevma's help? I just feel like this is the thing they do together, right? Like,
you cheeky mom.
Sure. You have advantage as Nevma already has like rolled out a kind of fabric thing of tools, and the two of you like lean over and look, like turning the arm. She doesn't really want to touch it, but turning it with like a pick for lock pick. Like,
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and have the Mage Hand do it and help her out. Like,
the whole arm is quite heavy for a Mage Hand. It's kind of a big arm,
okay.
But you can pretty much do stuff like that. You just wouldn't really be able to like
not carry it, but just poke it around. That's a 26.
Very good. The arm is large. I've said that. Right. It is a
arm.
It is an arm. I've said that bit. 23, did you say? That's a good roll.
26.
26 is an even better roll. The arm has begun to decompose. Therefore, the pale, putrid green color could be close to the original skin tone, or it could be to do with the fact that it's been in mud and you can't tell accurately if it is
putrefaction factor or whether it's actual skin tone.
Factor.
So we can't really get like a skin tone or anything like that from it.
You know, Nevma like wipes a little bit of the skin, and where you've seen where the ring was as well. It just seems like it is a palish green, like light green color, and there are several areas of the flesh that have been pulled off and away. So it's not just that there is like a severing at the top and then you have a whole arm. There's quite a lot that's been munched on. Yeah. Small patches of the forearm have hair on it, not tons. You know, this is not an ape. It seems to be a humanoid. The nails are look like the ones that haven't already been kind of ripped off. Look very short. And at a 26, I know this is delicious details right off the bat, right at the start of the
I'm ready. Yeah.
Digging into that CSI bullshit.
Yeah.
But on a 26, I want to give you as much information as possible. At the top of the arm, which is pretty close to where the shoulder joint would have attached to the body, it is extremely difficult to discern what how the arm found its way away from the body because there's just so many big teeth marks. Like, taking your time and looking through it, you and Nev will work out, like, this is what pig teeth look like when they're chewing on the edges of skin. And you see bits of bone that seem like fragmented. So you can't see any, like, you couldn't see if it was a saw that had gone through the bone or if it was like an axe or something, because there's just so much fragmentation on the ends of the bone. What else can I tell you about this arm?
So just from that, just so I understand, so does it feel like, as gross as this one is, it feels like this body was probably chopped up and then thrown in there? It's not like the pigs have just eaten through a shoulder and it's come apart.
26. What was the original roll on the dice?
16.
Oh, you got a 10 in investigation. That is good.
Yeah, she's got to good at snake and stuff.
Yeah. Here's what you can tell. I don't think you could confidently say that the arm was removed from the body, but what you can say is that this person probably didn't die from a pig eating its arm, because there isn't a lot of bruising at the top of the arm.
This for sure feels like someone was killed and then that's just destroying the evidence. Like, this is murder for sure.
Is it like well toned? Is it scrawny? Is it flabby? Is it what? Oh,
it's this has not good muscle tone, but there is some bulk there. You can the joint in the elbow and wrist and fingers flop, so there's no rigor mortis, but like, looking at it, you can feel that there is substance to it. This is either a well-built woman or a person who engages in strength activity during their days.
Is it the baker?
No. No, it wouldn't make sense. No, maybe. Do you remember who was the custer like ages ago that Sunny sent running off? I feel like they were like a half orc or something.
Oh damn!
You never met them.
I know.
So this is a Michelle thought, not
100% just a Michelle thought.
That's Lydia going, fuck, they've got it already.
I'm going to do some rolls for Sunny.
Okay, my thought process, just so you know, my thought process was, if they look like they do something, like maybe fighting, that could be the school, or it could be a custer. But then there's lots of other things, like a baker would probably have kind of strong-ish.
Let me elaborate. This person doesn't exactly look like this is the Rock's arm. It looks more like they could work in construction. Yeah. They could, they're...
That's what made me think Custer, if I'm honest. Like, you've got a fitness test you've got to pass, but like, past that.
But that fitness test is throwing a tire 5 times.
Yeah. Right, okay. Hariah.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm just looking down at this this arm as you're inspecting it. Hi.
Okay. What do we do? I feel like... Is it weird that I feel like Pluto would know what to do?
It's funny. Well, I kind of look around the room, realize that Kai's sort of still there, and just kind of go, like, yeah, I think maybe, and sort of like as I'm doing it, just bring the diamond hand to the foreground a little bit, just to you, so that it's sort of hidden from.
Do a stealth of hand. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Because
go.
you know, there's a difference between something that a lot of people could miss and go.
It was. I mean, it wasn't. Or just kind of like, you know, a hair sort of, you know, bringing the hair back over the ear, and but that was actually a 17 on the dice, so 19.
What do you got, Kai? What do you got?
Oh, he's not wise.
You don't know him.
Which is the saddest thing of all, really, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if he's wise or not. I don't know.
I don't. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know.
Right. So you just kind of.
I just kind of, and just like, you know, itch the back of my ear, just slightly, kind of thing, as though thinking,
right,
and just say, I'm not sure. Perhaps that would be a good idea, but yeah. Do we need to get this out of here fairly quickly?
I feel like we need to. Like, is it worth doing like gentle repose on it, or that? I don't. Agatha doesn't know that stuff. You know, is there some way we like preserve it and?
I mean, if there's a way for us to preserve the arm any more than it already has been, then I don't have the means personally. But
well, look, here's things that need to happen. I have to pull myself together and go to work in a minute. If we can, Kai, do you think you could like maybe grab some books on like myconids, even like mushrooms?
Myconids? What?
Does Agatha know that? Is that Michelle?
No. Yeah, you. Yeah. Well, yeah, you do. You know what they're called. He just goes, sorry, that just really took me by surprise, because we've been staring at a severed arm, and now you're talking about myconids. I mean, I guess I can do that. What are you going to do about the arm? Are you just going to keep it here during your shift? Because I don't think you can do that.
I mean, it's tough, isn't it? Because realistically, as soon as we start going down this route with a severed arm that we found in the petting zoo are unlikely going to be letting us into the place to check on the myconids. So I agree with Agatha. I think maybe a two-pronged kind of attack. As for the arm, we can take it back to the school if need be.
Okay.
For now.
Well, here's my thought, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like we've got to go back there tonight, right? And like we've got to find out like the rest of the body, find out what's happening, and while we're there, we've got to like break out some myconids because.
Yeah.
Right. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Hang on a minute.
When did Ringo get here?
I'm not going to try and do
No,
that.
do it.
No,
do it.
Please keep going, please. Sorry, Sunny. What did you say?
We just got to think it through, haven't we? We've got to like not, you know, we can't just go around with an arm. We've got to have a strategy in place, because if you know, are we definitely not going to give it to the Custers? And if so, why? And
maybe we do take it to the Custers. Maybe maybe some of you guys can take it to the custers and explain briefly what happened.
Right, but I'm going to say this now. If we want to do anything with it, if we take it to the custers, what are we then going to do? Like, do our own investigating alongside them?
That's true. They'll mess it up. They'll mess it up for sure.
Sonny, what was your idea? Are you fully tieflings advocating right now?
I haven't. For some reason this week I got no opinions. I'm flip flopping around. Nevma says, I don't think we take to Custer, actually.
Okay.
I just think like we keep like at what point is the Custer's gonna like look at us and go, you guys just every step you take it's in dog shit.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. And it just sounds real suspicious. Like, we found this arm when we took it. Like,
Yeah, and they take forever to do everything. And I just, I'm not like anti-Custer or anything, but I just feel like they fucked up everything so far, kind of.
Yeah.
This person's been in the mud for a while already.
Yeah.
We wanna make sure that we can at least track down the people that put them there as quickly as possible. And I agree. I don't think that'll happen with the custodians necessarily.
We need to like hide the arm. I don't know where, because I feel like it's going to be hard to sneak it into school and nobody know about this stinking putrid arm. But we can't keep it here because Pete says no. Well, he doesn't say no, but he would say no. Because stinky, and it's a place where you eat. So we need to have a think about that.
Yeah. Can you find somewhere to hide it? Like, all the like.
I mean,
spots
Agatha,
around?
do you sell like spirits here, or is it just mead? I've only actually ever had mead.
We probably stock some, right? Some.
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
Yeah, there's we have some. Yeah, why?
Well, we can not to be.
And handle this
Are
situation.
you thinking to like preserve it in Picross?
Yeah, like pickle it. At the very least, then it's not going to get more putrefied. I'll buy the alcohol. It's fine. I see you panicking at it.
Can I look around? Is there like a smaller barrel that would fit it? That is like, oh, this is one of Pete's experiments that has gone horribly wrong, and nobody's going to want to touch it. Let's
Investigate, please.
This is the arm. We pickled it in banana vodka.
15.
There are some empty barrels waiting to be used. There is an old jug that's got lots of dust on it that wouldn't probably be used anytime soon, but the spout is too small to fit the girth of the arm into.
Okay, so it wouldn't fit in anything.
There are things that you could fit it in, but they are not things that are like not going to be used that would be inconspicuous.
Yeah.
You'd have to kind of maybe label it as something so that no one touches it.
but okay, so is there potentially enough alcohol, sort of, and the right kind of alcohol? Obviously, you can't. Formaldehyde and beer aren't the same thing,
No.
But like, is there enough of the right kind of spirit to sort of like dunk the arm in if we were to find the right receptacle?
Investigate, please.
Oh, that was a fucking 19. 2 decent rolls for things that don't matter a huge amount, but well, they do. That's a 19. That's just a 19 plus 0.
You find a large jug of Picross, the extremely strong, almost cleaning agent, high in alcohol, and you feel like that might preserve it, might also dissolve it.
Cool.
You're not 100% sure. There's also 2 bottles of unopened vodka, and you know that they're like, you know, you're like big Schmernoffs.
Cool. Mix them together, and what you got? Drinking it would be taboo. Okay, sorry. Right. Okay. Well, we've got things. What kind of time is it? It's sort of like early morning, late afternoon, late morning, early afternoon kind of time now.
It's late afternoon. It's late afternoon, getting into the, you know, it's starting to be evening time. Agatha, you probably would have started your shift about an hour ago.
Oh God.
Do we know of anywhere, Agatha? Is there anywhere that we can just buy a receptacle for this thing? Just buy a glass vial that's big enough for an arm.
A glass. We can't stick it in a glass. Glass will be see-through. They'll see the arm.
Well, we can cover it up. It's I'm not gonna go around like a trophy. Or I don't know, earthenware. You know, are there any shops around here that we can?
At this stage, you could even just put it in a bowl and put a blanket over it. For now,
can I find like a bucket?
We've got like maybe 12 hours before it really starts to become completely disgusting. Maybe we don't pickle it until then, because even just putting it in liquid is kind of washing it, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, here's the plan. Agatha's gonna find just like some cloth to wrap it up.
Like a big salami.
Okay, for now, you just need to
I can hide it somewhere in the city.
Hide it somewhere not too far from here, but like, you know, just somewhere it's not gonna.
Then you want us to go and get
Pluto and Bing Bong?
Pluto and also Bing Bong.
Yeah, I don't want her to feel left out, and you know, she's good for morale.
Okay. Sunny stuff. Right. But you know, you were right. Just circling back, because I feel like you kind of got a hanger on things, and I know you got to go on your like shift. But you were right when you said, Hiraeth, that like we have to do both things at once. We got to sort out how we're going to like save the animals in there, because they might get closed down, but especially those mushroom people. I feel like we got to quickly do some, like, I don't mind going to do some, it's not really my thing, but I could go and do that while you go and do your shift, like because you're actually like pretty smart, and also like second year, maybe that's the thing for you to do. Like we could go and do it together. And Kai's like, yes, I mean,
unless you want to take the arm and find somewhere to hide that.
No, that's fine. It is a good idea, and I see that is that's me using my resource in a way that's more useful, and that's absolutely fine. Yes, let's go and do that, Sunny. Let's go to Jingle.
Can I insight check him?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Do you need to?
Oh no. 14.
With a 14, like there is just this. Everybody is very full of adrenaline from having run with a severed arm through the streets, and then everyone's still got that like we're fighting, like roll for initiative feel going through them, and then suddenly he's not quite sure why he's going to a library, but he does, you know, he is thinking it through and going, actually I can see that this technically makes sense, I just feel a little bit sidelined. But then Agatha is actually going to do a shift at work, so also everybody is sidelining themselves. You know, it just sort of feels like we just did this major thing and now we're all taking a nap. But I do get that what we're all doing is very sensible. So I will, let's go, Sunny, let's go to the library. Wow, not exactly the end of today that I thought it was going to be, but
I mean, there's still time.
he sort of steps forward and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and says, "If we find anything, maybe we can bring some books out and bring them to the." No, I've learnt my lesson about that one. I won't be bringing library books here. But
yeah. But if you do find anything, or if you can't find anything, go to George's, and sometimes he has like weird stuff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
That stuff you can bring here.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is kind of weird. And to a date.
No, I mean it's we're becoming people like magnets for trouble, and I don't mind that at all, because it is, after all, somebody lost their arm, so let's get to the bottom of that. Never a dull moment with any of you lot. And he pushes open the trapdoor and they walk out. And so now it is Nevma's got the arm.
Yeah, Nevma's. Oh, so Nevma's gonna go. She's not gonna go with Sunny.
She goes with them, okay. And like off into the night.
Okay.
So now it's just you and Hariath in the basement.
And Hazes.
And Hazes.
Hariath is just fully as he watches Nevma run out and for somewhere to hide her. He thinks of all of the like street animals that he's seen since being in Solway, and goes, "Yeah, that's an idea."
Holding an arm that is the size of one of her legs, like probably bigger than one of her legs.
It's just that moment of just going, why spoil her fun?
Okay.
Now it's just us. This feels like something we could get help from the Diamond Hand with, right?
100%.
Okay.
Shall I go to the place?
Yeah, because if anyone's investigating like any missing persons or anything, then
I'll do a quick like ask around and see if anyone's already talking about severed arms.
Yeah, or just
or zoo body parts. A quick Google search.
Yeah.
Zoo body parts. And shall we probably should have said this beforehand, but I'm assuming the Viapany is going to be our base of operation essentially for now. If you want to come back, just if you have any information, or if you find anything out, this is the place to come. At least Agatha is here at the very least.
Agatha.
Yes.
It's not like I'm going to just immediately go over Hariath's head about this, but I do need to hear that from your mouth, because this is your family establishment, and I just want to make sure that we don't just take over. I don't know your family very well. I just met them on Sprea, but they seemed so nice, and maybe they don't want to be wrapped up in all of this.
No, I don't want to get them wrapped up in this, but at the same time, I now have to be here, and if nothing else, it's a safe place for, as long as, if it goes on longer than like tonight and stuff, then we'll move operations, but like everyone else is going to be moving around. I'll be here. It makes sense for us to all just meet back here, I guess, and like when it's closed, we can like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what Kai was talking about earlier on, but actually bringing books here to do the studying is a really good idea, because then we're already in town.
That's what I was thinking.
So we can then nip out and like do stuff. So I don't really know why he didn't want to do that, because it actually seems like a really good idea. If I find any books, then I'm going to bring them back here. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be eyes boring into Agatha the whole time.
Agatha's just looking back at Hariath, because she is not going to answer that question. So they're just staring at each other like.
Right, the atmosphere changed, so I'm just going to get on.
Bring them back here. If you run into like Kai and Sunny and they found stuff, tell them they can bring the books here as long as they're not from the restricted section.
Okay, again, I'm feeling the subtext. She like just grabs hold of Hariath's hand and like gives it a squeeze of acknowledgement of like, that's the end of our date. And opens up the trapdoor, like walks out.
I think as she walks out, I sort of stand there for a second longer and go, oh shit, and just sort of like run out very quickly and just go, Jesus, sorry, this feels like a very strange place to do this, but.
Do it, you coward!
Look, Jesus, I had planned for this day to go very, very differently, and I was going to do this in a much more grand fashion, but I think what I realize is I don't think I need that, and I hope that you don't either. You make it very difficult to talk when I'm around you, and you and I sometimes don't feel myself. Not ill per se, but just kind of like,
Oh God, that
Just-
sounds terrible.
just different to how I've ever felt before.
I'm so sorry. What can I do to change that? I'm so sorry.
I don't think you can, and that's okay. I think that's I think it's a good thing.
It doesn't sound it.
I wanted to do this so differently, but everything happened.
It's okay if you don't want to go on another date. You don't have to do this. We've only been on a few. It's fine.
I
so
would
sorry.
love to go to prom with you, if that's okay with you. Would you like that?
That was not the thing that I thought that you were going to say. You were giving signals in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that I can't talk when I'm around you, and I think that I thought that was a strange thing, but I think it's a good thing because I think I really like you, Jesus.
She stops for a moment, stands up straight, looks you in the eye, and kind of pushes you against the wall for a second and says, right, well, it has been remarkable getting to know you these last few dates. What I knew about you before was that you were handsome, mysterious, and now I also know that you are royalty, but humble and very funny and adventurous and spontaneous. And I would like to kiss you.
Please.
Good. And she pushes, she pins you against the wall and kisses you and goes, well, I'm glad that we did that. We shall talk more about prom soon.
Yep, and the arm.
Oh, and the arm. Gosh, yeah. I clean forgot about the arm. What a day.
What a day. Hot dog. Goodbye.
Hot dog. Yes, quite hot dog. And she like goes into a jog as she runs away from you.
I think I just watch her run and go, You still got it.
No.
And I walk back down into the cellar.
I love that you turn around to walk back down. Agatha's closed it. You ran off. She's thinking, I've got to go work a shift. She's gone, I don't know where he's going. Close.
You turn and you put your foot as if it's going to go down on a step, and then there's something there, so you really jam. You give yourself shin splints.
That was okay. And I walk into the Apony to see if I can find Agatha.
The Apony is, it's early evening, so the people who have that one drink after work are there, and there's the odd people having a bar snack, and Agatha has not quite made her way up behind the bar, but Tracy and Pete are doing stuff. Pete kind of sees you and goes, you see Mel is taking the cover off her harp on the little raised stage, and as you kind of come past, she goes, "All right, you all right? Did that person find you that was looking for you?"
Huh? Say what now?
It was like a couple of days ago. No, wait, what's the accent?
Right. All right, you're like a
couple of days ago.
Mel, yeah, all right, Mel.
Yeah, someone
you've been spending far too much time with Sonny.
That Sonny's fun. Yeah, I was playing push with him the other day. He's a good lad.
Yeah, that's when Mel just goes around pushing people over. There was someone in here. They were asking for you, and I actually didn't know where you was. So,
right. What do they look like?
Bloke.
Okay. Anything else? Tall, short,
like normal.
Human, elf, furball.
They weren't hairy.
Oh.
But they weren't that good looking either. So I didn't really notice. I can't remember about the ears.
Just
they wasn't fat. I don't think they was fat.
Right.
And they weren't tall, but they weren't short either.
Right.
I didn't say nothing. I think privacy is important. So I was like, I don't know anything about who you're talking about.
Thank you, Mel. Did they leave a message or?
No.
No,
they didn't.
Okay. Well, I will have to see if they can find me elsewhere.
Wait, did they? No, they didn't. No.
Okay.
Wait, I'm going to ask Mum. I don't think they spoke to Mum. Sorry. Okay. It was it was like the other night, wasn't it? So I can't really. I'm going to ask Mum, but I don't think.
Very kind. Thank you. Just out of interest, Lydia, is this news to me? I'm not expecting a message, right? I can't remember any time where
a message from.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I'm not. I'm asking you. Who do you know? No, you don't know anybody except people at the school who know you and where you are.
Jerry.
Jerry.
It's Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry can't stop thinking about you now. Jerry's turning his life around.
I've got in your head, Jerry. I'm in your head.
Just sits in a rocking chair looking through a window, just saying your name over and over.
I go, oh, okay, brilliant. Okay, great. Thank you. And I look for Agatha.
Have I come up at this point?
Yeah. You realise that it takes you just a touch longer because you realise that you wrap the arm in the apron that you usually wear, so you just had to quickly find another pinny, pop up to your room and get a clean penny and
Oh, that was my favourite apron.
It only had one coffee stain on it.
Oh, lucky apron! I always get tips with this apron.
Yeah, then Agatha will come down and immediately just start. She's trying not to make a big deal of like being late, so she's just gonna like immediately start working and be behind the bar, and then clock her eye.
Oh, she fucking turns up, does she? Fucking hell! I've been working all day.
All right, Mum. I'm sorry. I'm here now. You know.
That was Mel. That was Mel.
Oh, that's Mel. Oh, I was like, no, I don't think you've done anything.
I have been. Do you know how hard I have to work now that you're not here? I am doing everything around here. Everything.
Well, like between you and Shane, you're doing the job of me. So I don't think you're doing it that much. Actually,
I am doing the job that I always did, and I'm doing your job. Shane is just extra. And I'm doing the music. Like, people come here especially for my music.
Yeah. Well, look. Here's the thing. I can like make that easy for you. I've got a great friend, Bing Bong. She's great with some drums.
Don't
She
you
can
bring
do
in
the
other
music.
fucking bards. I'm the fucking bard around here. I will slap you. I'm not in the mood.
God, do it. Mum's looking.
I
Do
will
it.
fucking- She just grabs a bit of your hair and starts pulling
Ow.
it.
I'm gonna start like pulling at like her dress.
Girls, come on. I've told you. If I've told you once, I've told you 100 times. You can't hurt each other in front of the customers. Jesus.
Sorry, everyone.
Tidy your hair up, Agatha, coming down looking so untidy.
Sorry.
It's just the hair that Mel pulled out.
Can Mel? No, actually, no. I don't want Mel doing my hair. All right, I'm just gonna redo my hair here.
I've made a beeline for Agatha, and as this sort of happened, I sort of I just spotted Shane like at the side of the bar and just go, I'll have a mead. That's okay.
Yeah. He pours you a mead that is I don't know, what is it, 7? What's a mead cost?
10 gold.
Maybe like from mug,
like...
probably like 5 copper.
Yeah, 5 copper. Yeah, something like
that. Sorry, that was just me filling space because filling out where I am at the bar and stuff. You carry on.
Yeah, how's your day been? I mean,
yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been okay. We went to the petting zoo.
That's why you've got a bit of mud.
Yeah. Don't go. It's not it. Not right now.
Hiraeth?
How's you? Hi.
Sorry.
Goes off and like starts wiping down a table elsewhere.
I think we've both just got quite used to it, but you are covered in mud right now. Do you want to use our, like, do we have like a bath or something? Right?
You have like you've got a bathroom and like a basin.
I thought you said a bath. I thought you were just like...
The Fifield family haven't washed in 30 years.
Yeah, I'll go make sure. Just before I go, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Whilst you've got a moment, I don't know what to do now. Everyone is everywhere, and I can go up to where they are.
Well, that's where Hazes is gone, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to like just kind of chase her because I just asked her to prom, but so I don't know what to do.
Did she say
now.
yes?
Yeah, she did.
That's good. Why aren't you happy?
I'm really happy.
Okay.
Very happy.
That's great. Odd time, but
Panicked.
Done that before. Yeah.
So I think, sorry, just thinking about it for a second there.
I get it, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah. So I am more than happy to go over to the Custers, see if there are any missing persons or anything like that, but I don't know whether you also, Mel said that there was someone looking for me couple of days ago, and was very Mel with the description. I don't suppose whether
she didn't find them attractive, right? So she remembered nothing about them.
Just a blank slate, just to cut out of
I get it.
of a person. So that's something. I wonder whether I don't think anyone knows me here.
I mean, it depends. Did they ask for you by name or like by look or like? They could have come in asking for like Henry or something, and she's just like not sure of your name. If I'm honest, and that's not me being.
No, that is the most insulting thing that you've ever said to me. And
I want you to know that I would never do that, but that is just the kind of mental state Mel lives in.
no, I want you to know that cut me deep, real deep.
That was the harshest thing I think I've ever said. Yeah.
I think it is, and with our history, I think that's impressive.
It's the worst thing I've ever done to you, right?
It's still too early. It's too soon.
It's too soon. I'm sorry. I'm high on adrenaline. I don't know how to act right now.
So, I mean, they apparently they spoke to me. They asked for me by name. So,
Okay.
Anyway, that's irrelevant.
I'll check
anyone-
with Mum and Dad and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Are you okay here? I know you are, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. If you want to go check the custers, or I don't know. I just started panicking. Everyone in the basement. I just felt like we had to make moves and stuff.
No, it was a big There was a lot of people in a place that is your space, and that's entirely fine.
Yeah.
I think we can use these to speak to each other if need be, right? Once a day.
Yeah, like if there's trouble. Yeah.
Right.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
So if there is trouble, just
Okay.
shout my name. Okay.
Oh, one second. I'm just gonna draw a map to the custers because I heard about the Jeremy situation.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, what's his name? Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah.
What's the deal? Is that him?
Yes.
I don't know who that is, but it's a fucking great catchphrase.
What's the deal with these arms?
Yeah, there you go. That's Jerry. Yeah, I'll draw. Look, if I'm honest, I mean, do whatever. I just don't want to be like left in the lurch here, like if something happens. So
For sure.
if you're like gonna go somewhere else, can you just pop by and
I see what you mean. Yeah, of course. This is I'll come back to you with anything that I find, okay?
Okay.
Hey, we're doing like things here. This is I mean, it is an arm, and I want to be entirely respectful. Someone is possibly dead, and I don't want that to be the case, but we're doing some kind of exciting things here, okay? So
It's exciting.
well, I mean, we're this is what people come to this school to do, right? Adventure, right?
Oh, I guess this is adventure. I just feel like I've stumbled across a crime scene, though.
Hey, sometimes adventure presents itself as an arm in pig mud.
Okay.
Okay, and I give you a bit of a like I go to give you a fist bump, and fuck off.
Alright. Be safe, yeah.
You too.
Right. Hiraeth, you step out into the street of the now kind of dusk-ish time of Solaria. You are heading towards, I'm guessing, the Custer's
Hall, yeah.
Are you how in what fashion do you travel? I mean, obviously you're walking, but like, are you?
I'm singing in the rain. No, I think I'm just gonna. We've been there twice now, right? Or
We've been there
Coming
once
from
today.
school, and then you went to the zoo from there.
cool. So knowing the way now, I think I'm just gonna sort of like, I've got a bit of speed in my walk, but other than that, I'm not sprinting there or anything like that. I'm just walking with purpose.
Okay. You get to within about 15-minute walk. You find yourself at the steps of the Custer Barracks and halls.
Cool. I like is when I was there this morning. Did I see any like notice boards? Any like anything that kind of resembled Lost and Found?
So let me describe for you, because it's a wide street that has these buildings, and it has quite a few like civic-ish buildings to it. The Custer halls have like steps that go up, and a door with double doors that open to a like reception area, and then and like waiting area where you guys all kind of huddled in, and the Custers took you off down a corridor to the left to be interviewed about the children, and then Yehimini took you down a corridor to the right, like past the reception desk, to interview rooms to talk about the court case. But next door to that like law enforcement building is another large hall, like taller. It has pillars out of the front. It's a little bit like more stately and kind of old, and it's an older looking building, and that's what is known as the Stewards Hall, and it is where people go to file paperwork. It's like a bureaucracy building, but it is also where adventurers go to like pick up rewards for postings. And outside of the front of that is a very large wooden notice board. In fact, probably a series of notice boards that have, in fact, I'll say this: there's one large board that has a glass front on a hinge, which has like the official ones that are given by the town council, and then the other one which is just posted with a like more less official jobs.
I lost my cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Tiddles?
Awesome. So this being the board that I was looking for like 2 or 3 sessions ago, I think first and foremost, obviously, any sort of like prominent lost and found. I made a joke.
Lost my
arm. Any sort of like missing persons, sort of like notices, but also like as a secondary, I would just like to start writing as many of the kind of like prominent like quests, prominent kind of like jobs as
roll
possible.
Investigation for me, please.
Heck yeah, I can. That was a 1. So a 1.
You look at these boards and you take them in from afar, and you think, I'm going to look at the official postings first, because that's, we want to go official first. And for some reason, you just open up the whole thing, and a gust of wind comes and blows all of the postings just fritter off down the street, tumbling and rolling. Tumbling and rolling like a tumbleweed and off into the air, and the board is clear. You cleared the board.
Oh.
I'm
just gonna walk into the fucking Stewards Hall.
It is it's kind of empty at this time of the day. There is that's what a natural 1 gets you, my friend. You walk in, it is this big like cavernous hall, really, really, really high ceilings. Every step on, you're barefooted. I've just remembered barefoot. Every like
how did we get here from episode 1?
How did there's natural 1, my friend? That's how.
a counter, wooden, like solid, rich wood counter, runs the length of the room, which clearly kind of divides the people that come in and the people who work there. There's only a few people working at this time of day, and they are dealing with somebody that's right up the front. And every noise that is made by footsteps or voices really echoes throughout this big hallway. And it is essentially a half orc who is getting payment for some work that they've done as mercenaries on the plains, like some wolves. You're sort of overhearing all of this stuff.
I check the half orc for arms. That was a nat 20. So 25.
You walk up and stand next to this half orc and look over at him, and you are transfixed, in fact, by the arms of this half orc. Real significant, like shredded tone, like you're wondering if they've been actually dehydrating themselves to get that amount of definition. And it takes you a while to realize that the half orc is actually stopped conversing, is holding their bag of money and looking back at you. What you fuck him want?
Oh, hi. Sorry, I was just looking at your arms. They're wonderfully corded.
What are these? These.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite impressive. Congratulations on the wolves. Sorry, I couldn't help it over here.
Yeah.
What's your name? Yeah. My name's Hariath.
Fuck, I can't think of my name quick enough. Kevin.
Kevin, it's a pleasure. My name's Hariath.
He like grabs you and does one of these sorts of handshakes.
Manly. Do you do a lot of these kind of jobs in this area, Kevin?
That's my line of work.
Awesome.
I into this he looks you up and down into this line of
I'm at the school currently, but it's something that I'd love to get into at some point in my life. I'd love to chat to you at some point about your line of work. It'd be really.
He like leans on the desk. The people behind the desk like step back for a moment and just cross their arms and just watch this interaction. And he like leans forward and goes, "Yeah, you want to pick my fucking brain, do you? You want to buy me a drink and pick my brain about what it is that I do?"
I can buy you a drink if that helps.
Yeah, I can see that working.
Awesome. Can I insight this, please?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
That was a 12 plus. What is it plus? What is it plus? That's a plus 5. 17.
You're about to go on a date with Kevin.
Yes!
You're about to hook up with Kevin.
Cool. Well, listen. A friend of mine works at a fantastic place in the city, the Yapany. I might see you there at some time, Kevin.
The Yapany? I've not heard of that.
Oh, try it. It's fantastic. Or don't. It's up to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see you there. I'm just going to get myself washed and turned around, if you know what I mean.
I do. I feel fairly similarly.
All right. I'll see you later. Hariath, is that what you said your name was?
It is indeed, yeah.
And he walks out with like a little pep in his girthy step.
I walk up to the desk and say, I think I'm going on a date with someone, and I did not.
Oh, baby, you're going on a date with Kevin. I'm so happy to see it. He's not been on a date for the longest time. You know what? People don't respect him enough because he looks the way he does. He's a big boy, but he's got a heart of gold. We're so pleased for him.
Yeah. there aren't any signs on the board.
What?
There
What's
don't outside on the board. There don't seem to be that any things.
Why not?
It's just empty.
Emily, go and take a look at the sign, and there's like a little half elf goes, I put it out there, I did put it out there, and goes scurrying like round the edge of this enormous room. You hear
just the whole way. You just get, I did put it out there. I swear I put it out there. I can remember the subtext and all. I had to buy them myself.
With your passive perception, you just she left the door open as she went out, and then you just hear this little like scream coming from outside, and then Beverly comes back in, runs all the way around going,
You've gone so high pitched that I can't hear you at all. It is great.
My mic does get to a certain point and it's like, no babe, I'm not doing that.
I think I'd just say it's quite all right. I was just wondering whether you had them all written down somewhere so that I could see them.
Right. Yeah. And pulls out a great big like ledger and opens it up. Right. Let's get to the right page. Right, these ones have been picked up already. There's a couple of old ones that never got picked up. What kind of thing are you looking for?
Mainly missing persons, but also the highest priced jobs.
What do you want me to just write them down for you?
That'd be fantastic if that's okay.
No, that's all right.
Do I have to pay a fee for that, or?
No, we'll do it because someone robbed all the thing off the doodah, you know. So, I'll put it down. This she starts writing out all of the jobs on the job board.
Thank you. It's much appreciated. I just sort of wait there.
In this incredibly silent room with just the sound of a quill scratching over paper.
So when was the last time Kevin was with someone then?
I tell you, I think it was probably like 5 years ago that he even went on a date.
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years ago. Tell you what, that person did not treat him well.
Well, you have to. Oh, God.
Just used him and then left. Kevin was bereft. Absolutely bereft. He's got such a big heart. You know what I mean? And people just see him as a sexual being because he's so, he's so big and gorgeous.
Well, I can to be fair, even if it doesn't work out with myself, I could think of someone that would be very into Kevin.
That's the funny thing to say when you're about to go on a date with him.
Yeah, well, look, we're free with our love.
I'm not. You're not.
Well, hey, I mean, each to their own. I respect that. God, this. God, today's been interesting.
Tina, coming along with that.
What would you say?
She's like, Tina, how are you getting along with that? Tina's like, I'm taking my time. I have penmanship that I have to be proud of.
Thank you. It's very kind, very kind. So what kind of
what you got for me for conversation?
What kind of does Kevin just do a certain kind of job, or is Kev just
Well, Kevin's got a couple of friends that he works with. They tend to do like when you get too many wolves out on the plains, and then you just need to like even it out. They're quite like, the council's quite kind of strong about making sure that you keep the ecosystem like balanced out there. So he often goes out and like thins out the like the beasties out there. Yeah. But sometimes he comes back in a terrible state. Because it's a dangerous world out there.
Adventuring is a terrifying business.
That's why I like it behind the counter. It's a bit safer.
Of course.
But I don't even like doing the late shift because then I have to go home in the dark.
Well, especially at at times like this with.
I know. There's loads of baddies out there, isn't there?
Well, fingers crossed. That'll all be settled up nice and quickly.
Well, you've got to keep your fingers.
And I look over at the person. I look over at the person writing.
Full stop. Puts a little bit of dust over it, rolls it up, does a little seal, and hands it over.
Thank you so much. You have been delights. I apologize.
My name's Tina, and this was Beverly. I'm Beverly.
Beverly, Tina. It's a pleasure. Thank you. And hey, if you need a drink by the end of tonight, the Appenee is the place to be, from what I've heard.
Wait,
the Appenee?
Are you asking us out now? Because you
No. I need to work on that. It's just a place to drink. I might not even be there. I'm just. I suppose what I'm doing is promoting a bar. Is kind of what I'm doing.
I've been to the Appenee before. They don't seem like the type that really employ people to just go out and sort of call in the streets to advertise.
No, they're not. Thank you.
Goodbye. Uriah making impressions wherever he goes.
Why is this just every Tom character just getting into situations and going, I'm out?
Pull that parachute.
I walk down the street just going over the conversations that I've had today, just like shaking my head at them, like just.
And as you shake your head, can you roll for me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Absolute arsehole. That's a 14. What's my dexterity saving throw? It's a 16.
Okay. You are walking, just going, how do I get into myself? And then the ground comes up and hits you so fucking quick. And when you look up, you see Nevma standing over you going, I thought you have to be careful in the streets. What are you doing?
I think
walking alone.
I think I have actually just shit myself, Nevma. that was why are you doing that, Nevma?
You literally called for you, and I walked up, and there are people out there getting mugged and people out there getting their arms ripped off, and you're just walking alone.
Yeah, no, that actually, God, it's been a day.
And you've not even got any shoes on.
Yeah, I know, Nesma, I know. It's been a day. We found an arm, and I'm not going to prom with her hazes.
Oh, she pulls you up so that you're standing, and like hooks her arm into yours and is walking side by side with you. Oh no, don't let it get you down. This is the fun stuff.
Apparently, I just asked 3 people in this town out. After
I thought you had a thing going with hazes. Did you
exactly.
Just know that you're in an open relationship? You got to be clear when you communicate with people. You know, Sunny is so clear with me about stuff. You have to be clear with these people. Hazes doesn't know that you're in an open relationship.
We're not. It's I feel like is it something about the material plane that I'm just talking, you know? I'm just making conversation, and they immediately think that they it's.
You're right. She stops and like pulls you so that you stop and you look at her. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not like, I will deny it if you ever say that I've said this, but you are perhaps, I have never in my life met somebody with more like raw sexual magnetism than you before. So you have to be seriously very, very careful when you talk to people, okay? Because
you out on a date?
Other than Sunny, who obviously like he doesn't even shield his raw magnetism, but with you, you're not even from this. You're like you've got to communicate really clearly with people. You know,
Okay.
how like look at Amber, for goodness sake, you know, you've got to be really careful. Super
Well,
sexy.
yeah. Okay. Okay. That is it's something I will work on. Thank you. Hey,
What is going on?
it's been a day, Nedma.
Uriah, I
I'm
think
not flirting with you.
no, I know you're not flirting with me. Like, my goodness, but I think you need to have a really strong drink or something.
I think I do. I bought a half of mead at the
Did
Appenine,
you
and I didn't
drink it?
even
Because
drink it.
I'm not.
I just left it there. Um, I just kind of like I just kind of walk, yeah, arm in arm with Nebma for a second, and just go. So how's it going with you and Sunny?
I'm not talking about Sunny to you.
Okay,
Um.
that well. Uh,
uh. But yeah, we will. Why are we walking in this direction?
so the Apennines are like place
Mhm.
to go because this is the way to the Apennine, right?
No, we're currently going back to school, and actually, I was going to recommend that you and I take a look at the zoo to like prep for anything that we do after Agatha's shift.
Oh, sure, sure. Happy with that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that you knew where you were going because
Unless you want to pop and get some shoes.
um no, there I feel like I've stepped in the only broken glass out tonight. It's all right.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think it'll be fine. It'll be
yeah.
fine.
Just really, we'll ask Sunny because otherwise to like later on to like do some of his magic because I know that the septic down there, whatever
Mm,
cuts you've done have been like they've got like dead flesh and stuff in them already. So,
mm. Getting that
um,
beanbone goodness. Let's God. Let's how did the hiding go, by the way?
super hidden.
Yeah? Yeah. Hidden to what? Hidden to people? Hidden to animals? Because I
Don't you worry
absolutely.
about that.
Okay.
Just don't worry about it. It's fine.
Good,
Everything's fine.
good,
Yeah.
good. I'm so glad we have you. I'm so glad we have you on our side now. Great. Let's go. I know that Agatha was worried that they might try and hide any other body parts.
Oh, for sure. I mean, his let's go through let's get in their minds, right? The scumbag zoo people.
Mm.
Okay. That guy saw us see the hand and he ran. I'm thinking now I should have chased him, but I was really like, get the arm. But that's happened. So they know that we know.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Either hide stuff or just carry on running, right? If they're the guilty party.
I mean, but let's think this through. So they are killing people. Okay, are we just going to say the things out loud?
I think we should just say the things out loud, right?
Do you think everybody in the zoo is killing people, or do you think that let's say all the things it could be? Somebody in the zoo died, they didn't know what to do, so they put it in the pig pen.
Yeah.
They are purposefully killing people and making the pigs eat the bodies.
Yeah.
Or
they're being paid to dispose of body parts by some other individual.
Okay.
I'm seeing on your face that you don't think that's the case.
Well, no, I'm thinking that would be useful because that's something that you can trace. If somebody turns up with like a wheelbarrow with body parts in it, then you can go, that's what that is.
Yeah. What else could it be?
So, because each thing would have a different outcome, right? Because if they are killing people and they know that we know, they suddenly might have other body parts that they need to dispose of in a different way. You see what I mean? Like,
right. Of course, yeah.
How are they going to suddenly clean up? Because they might assume we go to Custer. They might, what would we do if we were them and we've
Okay, well, if we were scared that there are more body parts in there, I'd have to assume that you'd have to get out the pigs in some way because they were vicious. And then once
The
they were
pig.
out, you'd
Hmm.
have to dig around and pick out a torso here, a foot there, maybe a
Do you think the
head.
pigs are safe? Do you think they're going to hurt the animals?
I mean, what's the use of hurting a pig?
That's true. The pigs can't talk.
And they have no other use. They're just there to be pet, and wallow, and be caught. But so you'd have to get the pigs out of there, especially if you wanted to carry on doing this.
Worst case scenario, they are the murderers. They know that we know, and they're looking for you and me now.
Yeah, now you say that. This is. It's starting to feel like we're probably the wrong people to go and check it out.
Because the guy that saw us looking at the arm, he ran away. And then when we sprinted out, there wasn't anybody that I could see that could see us taking the arm. And then we all ran out and people tried to stop us from leaving, but they didn't necessarily know that we had the arm because the arm was covered in my jacket.
Okay,
But they will have worked it out by now. So they would all know that, kind of all of us, but mainly it's you and me that they would think.
Yeah.
The people that know.
Yeah. Should we ask someone else to go and be lookouts, or
I mean, it's getting dark. And can you be sneaky?
No, I don't. Not really. It's not really my forte, but I can try. I was just wondering, would you be able to message like Bing Bong or Pluto or someone like that?
I think that they're going to be coming in a bit. Sunny's going to get them to come down if they're not busy. So we don't need to do that.
Great. Well, listen, I feel like we can say this now. In a fist fight, I feel like we're the two out of all of us.
We're the coolest. We're definitely the coolest,
right.
the hardest and strongest.
The hardest and the strongest, and the I don't want to say best, but.
Well, you have said it, and I'm not going to correct you.
Excellent. I'm glad we're on the same page. So realistically, if they are looking for us, and they find us, they had to employ pigs to deal with their dirty work.
I know, right?
Like if it was me or you, we'd just kind of.
What would you do with a spare arm?
I don't know, probably chop it into thousands and thousands of tiny little pieces, and then leave it out in the sun to dry out, and then but somewhere hidden and where no one could see it, and then scatter it for the birds. Just off the top of my head. I mean, also there's all sorts of liquids and ointments and things in the school. I'm sure we could just drop little flakes of little people flakes into like an acid or something like that, and it'd be gone, nice and easy.
I can see that you've really thought about this.
No, just off the top of my head. What about you?
Can I ask, were you ever going to kill Agatha? Is that why you've thought about it so much?
No, not Agatha.
But Kai, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
How are you going to do it? Tell me.
I think what I really wanted to do was half learn a spell that could get rid of him, so that only half of him was got rid of.
Oh, you sick little puppy.
Right? So like banishment or something like that.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, I'd probably just stab him. And then I would have. I mean, we had Pash at the time.
Feed them to the dog. So you are kind of like the zookeepers.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't. I that was just off the top of my head.
This is why I ask you, because you're kind of like, you can really get into that headspace. You're sort of the same as that.
I think I'd probably just keep him in. keep him in a box in my room.
That's cool. I'm gonna tell Agatha.
Well, it's not gonna happen anymore, so you can tell her it's okay. Maybe just give it a little time. Just to
Yeah.
just to let the dust settle.
Okay.
It's been a long day. Here we are.
Oh, here we are. Look, here we are. Where are we? Where are we walking?
Zoo.
Is it right?
Oh God.
Right. So because you are not very stealthy, why don't you No, you just come with me. Let's just go. Because if I leave you, you might get hurt.
Maybe if I leave you, you might get hurt.
He looks at you frankly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Stealth?
You are at the area that was the archway. The gates have now been pulled shut with the two booths where the guys were. I'm going to walk the perimeter really quietly because if we can avoid breaking in but somehow watch through gates and see in, that's better.
Okay.
See what I mean? Lower risk, more stealth. If they have like a office that is near the edge of the zoo that we can look in through the window from outside the zoo, that's perfect.
Perfect. Okay, great.
But we got to be real quiet, real stealthy. Roll stealth.
That was a 13 plus 2, so 15. I want it on the record, by the way, that I was going back to the Apony. I promise. I promise I was going to come back and say hello to you.
You're just doing a recce. This isn't the thing. You're doing a recce so that you can do the thing after her shift ends.
Yeah.
You start walking around, and it's one of those things where she's trying to show you how to walk extremely quietly, but look like people who are just walking down the street. Mm-hmm. So you're not like skulking around. So if somebody sees you, it doesn't look super suspicious.
Oh, super.
Your footsteps are extremely quiet.
If we're doing that, may I offer you a performance instead?
No, you may not, because it is about the quietness of your foot on the street. You don't want people to look at you, so it is stealth. I can see why the performance thing is really good.
But it's not about being seen, it's specifically about not really being seen. Yeah, no, I get that.
You got to be not seen, but if you are, you have to look like people who are walking down a street, which is a form of stealth in itself. But it's, you know, I feel like that's something that you could take into, that you could practice for future occasions, and it would allow Hariah to find a way of being stealthy in the future. So remember.
Being an extra.
Exactly. Being an extra.
In a bar scene, not being seen, yeah.
All right. You begin to walk, and you are following the edge of the zoo, and you feel her slow you down at certain points, and she just gently like points out to you various different buildings that have their lights. There's like candle flickers in through windows, and once you've done a full route of it and you're back into the normal area of the city, she goes, see the ones that I pointed out? I think those, I can't tell. Some of them might just be like regular staff areas, but there was one that really looked like an office area. So when we come back with Agatha, that's, I think, where we need to go.
You want to go to? Okay.
We have to try and work out a way that we can listen to what's going on inside the room.
Yep.
Do you think she'll have a way of doing that, like a kind of wizard spell that gets an ear inside the room?
I mean, she has Mr. Fay.
Let's go and ask her. Come on, let's go run and ask her quickly now.
Okay. Hey, you're really good at this. Maybe I should start Sneak as my secretary. uh, I start running.
Oh, we're running. Okay. You get to the Apony and you go in, and Shane like offers you back the same mead that you didn't drink before. I'll just put like a napkin over the top so no dust got in it.
I adore you, Pete. Thank you.
Do you want your usual Nevma? And he like gives her glass, and she just like winks at him, and you sit at the bar.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of be just there until I see sort of that Agatha has a bit of time to spare us.
Every time Agatha walks past, Nevma's like, Agatha.
No, Agatha's been watching that door like a hawk for like, once like an hour went past, she was like, he's not back, I need to go. And she's been doing this thing of like middle serving, but also serving really poorly because she's not really paying attention, because she's like, oh god, if something's happened to him, I need to go, but I can't. Oh, sorry, is your meat? Is your like
Now comes up round the back. You put your thumb in that? Jesus Christ!
Sorry.
Oh shit, he's dead. I've killed a Fey Prince.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh Christ, I've ripped apart a Fey Prince's uncle and I've killed a Fey Prince. Oh my god.
I'm not gonna survive this one. Where have you been? Nevma? No. Oh my. Oh,
well,
God.
So yeah, we went to the Custer's Hall, Steward's Hall, which is a different place. Next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know. And then I met this person called Kev, who thinks we're going on a date at some point, and then
Does
I've got.
Aces know?
I don't know. No, she doesn't know, and I don't know. Okay, and then Nevma kind of dropped on me because I was in my own little world, and we went to check out the zoo, and Nevma seemed to see a particular office building that we could go and do a recce of at some point as soon as you're ready. I bring out the sort of like piece of parchment with all of the written sort of jobs and stuff. I just got a list written of all of the jobs, just so that we could look through them all, maybe if we wanted to see if there were any that suited us, but also see if there was anything that, you know, you know?
Alright, yeah, okay.
Like, can I just say, I got a little bit like, I don't know who's coming back here now. I've got a little bit like, I can't work out how many people we told to come back and work here. Hazes might come here. I seem to remember that. I can't remember if Kai's coming back. I can't remember if Sunny's coming back. I think Pluto and Bing Bong are going to come. I think, is Mal coming? Like, I don't know how many people from the Diamond Hand are coming back, how many people from Not are coming back. I don't know how, like, are we taking 30 people to the zoo for a mission tonight?
That feels like a lot.
I would assume that anyone who comes back, right? Like, I have no way of speaking to them. I don't know whether Sunny's coming back for tonight. And as for Aces, definitely.
Well, here's my feeling, right? Once you finish work, we're going to go to the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and break in.
Yeah.
There were a few different buildings that I saw that could have been. There's one that's kind of more likely, but there were a few buildings which had lights on still that weren't animal enclosures. So if more people come, we can split up.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we definitely can be in and out more quickly and have the information and meet back at school.
If we're like we get into that office, and then other people can like be a distraction, or you know, like,
yeah. So if somebody's there, we listen to what they're saying and gather information, and any places, any offices that are empty, we can break in and look at see what we can find.
Okay, right. Here's my next question: Are people there now? Like at the
Lights were on, so yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. Here's my next question. This feels like it's way more important than a shift, and I should just like leave and let my parents be angry at me.
I'm not getting into the family stuff. I've seen your sister, man. I'm not taking her on.
I
Yeah.
feel like your mother is almost as scary as mine.
Yeah.
I don't want that on my shoulders.
But also, tomorrow is a school day.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if those people have gone home? You know, like I don't want to wait until after, and then
We've got to look. I'm happy to go with whatever, but if we don't do something tonight, they have got a massive head start, whoever it is that's bad. So I think we have to do something tonight.
100%. I agree 100% on doing something tonight.
If we do it after the shift, I think that we could have a sleep in tomorrow and sleep through group.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm happy with that.
We're good at group. We're good.
Sunny, tell us off for being so naughty.
I don't know what you're into.
What if Kipper gets angry because we're not working towards her thing?
She'll understand.
We are at the same time. This is group building. This is teamwork.
Yeah, this is practice.
Yeah. We're just doing group tonight instead of tomorrow morning. You know, it's just a rescheduling.
Agatha, do you still have the map from the zoo?
Oh yeah, I do actually.
Okay, this is what we do until the end of the shift.
Agatha has about like 8 from all of the times that she's gone. Like they're all exactly the same.
Yeah. There's one special edition one where they changed up the map. Everyone complained they didn't like the new map. They wanted the old one back. It was wrong.
Okay, maybe from now until like midnight, we can just look at this map and try and work out, and whoever turns up, we can start to work out teams and
because
be ready.
Yeah, we gotta also get those. Do you think we try and get the myconids out as well? And like, or do we just see what happens? I guess.
Hirayat, while I'm doing this, do you maybe go and find out what they've discovered?
Well, I was gonna say I needed to go and suit up if need be anyway. If
want to
we
mention about the shoe thing again, but
yeah, it's the shoes. Does anyone else need anything from the room?
Yeah, can you grab my sneak stuff, please?
Yes, of course, not a problem.
I have a belt that has little vials on it.
Yeah.
There's the trunk at the end of my bed. Don't fucking look at anything else that's in that trunk.
Nothing
right
else.
On the top. Can you just get it? Vials of poison. Can you just get those?
Just the poison or the belt as well?
No, the whole belt, because who knows how much I'll need.
Not a problem. I will leave the information about the from the steward's hall here so that you can read it. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.
Oh, sorry. Can I have done one thing while Hiraeth was away? I just wanted to ask Pete and Tracy about the guy that was looking for Hiraeth. Did they?
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so rewind a little bit. You are just going about your shift, constantly checking the door.
Yeah. Dad, Mel said someone came in the other day looking for Hiraeth. Do you know who it was?
Not me. Didn't ask me.
Did he ask Mum? I'll ask him.
Trace. He repeats it to her. No. Don't think so. I mean, there's so often somebody coming in here going like, have you seen someone? But I think about it. Somebody came in and said, did I know someone? And that is like, massive and has like a lot of purple hair. And now that I think about it, that's kind of Hiraeth, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit. Who was that person, and like, who were they? They didn't know his name. They just described.
No, they didn't seem local to me. I mean, only because I'd never seen them before.
Okay.
Trying to put a face back on that person. It was a bloke.
Right. Yeah. Okay. A bloke. Yeah.
I want to say that he had brown hair,
Right.
but that could have been that you know, when somebody's got used to have blonde and now it's brown. But then it also could have just been kind of dark brown.
Okay. And what were they looking for? This person for?
Big guy with purple hair.
They were just looking for a big guy with purple hair.
Well, they gave a description. I went, I'm sorry, do you want a mead or what?
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about it because I'm not, you know, I'm not someone's secretary. I say it all the time, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not and I think they tried Mel, and then they got on, they talked about other stuff after that.
Like what? What did they talk about?
Well, I don't know. It's Mel in it, so I think it was like, you know, giggling and stuff.
Right. Right. Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I just looked over.
No, that's all right.
You know, because, you know, so sometimes, you know, she's more argy-bargy in this place than the customers sometimes, isn't she? When she feels like somebody's not respecting her boundaries, she gives people a wallop quicker than drunk people, doesn't she?
Yeah, I'm surprised people come back, if I'm honest. But, you know.
You know what? It keeps the numbers down because, you know what? It's been really busy. It's been busier in here the last couple of months than we've ever had it before. And honestly, we could do without it. It's hard work.
Yeah, you need another Shane, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, well, I'm going to go ask Mel. School's going well, by the way. I'm going to go find Mel.
That's good. That's good. Glad to know it's worth it.
Oh.
No, that's fine. You know, I just, you know, last time when you was talking to your dad, I thought we was going to have like dinners and stuff on your day off, like family dinners where you're going to tell us all the cool things that you were doing in school, and then instead you was like late for shift instead.
I was gonna come. Just stuff happened. Like
what stuff happened?
There was really cute Albert at the.
You went to that petting again, didn't you?
Look, my friends wanted to go. No,
you can't go all the time. Like, how many times are you gonna feed the fucking ducks?
I know, but like they haven't been there before. And Mum, if they went without me, they were gonna go the wrong way.
You can't go the wrong way.
I mean, I watched them. They all walked the wrong way, and I had to like.
If you go, see, the problem is, if you go the wrong way, you end up going, you know, the tunnel through the flying area.
Yeah.
You go the wrong way, and then people get tangled up in the netting.
Yeah, it's terrible. I know.
Crap.
I know. See, I had to go there. I had to go, Mum. All right. Look, I will. How about I'll have dinner with you like tomorrow night. I'll come.
Tomorrow night for dinner.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be hard, but because, you know, that's prime time. Shane will be all right. He'll hold the fort down. We'll put our normal table. We'll rope it off. We'll have dinner. Shane will hold the fort down, but we'll have to get up if it gets busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Go like whatever. Yeah.
All right. Good. That's my girl. You look good. You look nice.
Thanks.
How's the food up there? Is it all right?
It's not yours, but it's good. It's all right. Yeah. A lot of eggy bread.
Eggy bread?
Yeah.
Good God.
It's
eggy bread.
Yeah, it's quite good if you just pour a ton of sugar on it.
Do you think we should do eggy bread? No, I'm not doing eggy bread.
Not. Absolutely
We'll send them next door. We're not getting all of that. No.
And I'm just. Can I double check with Mel? Is she gonna give me the same?
Mel's like playing the. She's playing the harp. Yeah, what do you fucking want?
I,
I'm working.
someone was looking for Hariath. I want to know who it was.
I've told him already.
Yeah, well, he doesn't recognise. What did you chat about? What did you talk about with him?
We didn't talk about anything. It was just like,
Mum said
have
you
you
were giggling.
what? Well, you know, shoot me with an arrow. I have a giggle sometimes.
Oh, right. So was he
Somebody's
quite?
got to keep the spirits up in this place. You lot with your glum faces.
I'm not glum. I'm just busy.
I don't remember what I said to him. I'm very charming.
Hmm.
What can I say? When people are around me, they want to try and impress me.
Sure. And I'm just gonna ping like a couple of strings and then run away.
Fucking touch them up!
All right, then. Before Hariath goes, I'll say. By the way, I asked my family about that bloke who asked for you. No idea.
Yeah. Huh.
No idea. But I'll keep an eye out if he comes in.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, cheers. Brilliant. Thank you for asking.
That's all right.
I'm just going to quickly pop for a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh my god. I will say this whilst Lydia's gone. The fact that they both, like, I expected from Mel that description.
Yeah.
But the fact that Trace also said basically the same thing, just a normal bloke, scares me a little
It
bit.
seems so odd. Yeah. If it, like I maybe we're reading too much into this and it was just Jerry or something, but something feels off about it. Like there's some sort of like modified memory going on because they can remember it but they can't quite remember it.
You know, another possibility.
Yeah.
Could be completely wrong. Could be. I mean, there is a specific other person from the Feywild. Now, I'm not saying it's her, but who else do we know that tries to find the most normal face? Do you know what I mean? Could be. I don't know.
You think Onro would be looking for Hariath?
No, I don't think it's Onra because as Sam has just messaged me, she knows where Hariath sleeps.
Yeah. That's that's the thing that's confusing me, right? Because if it's someone from school, why would they come here looking for Hariath? Then it's like, well, who outside of the school on the material plane is looking for Hariath, and why would they go to the Apennine?
What I'm saying is, I'm assuming there's more than one changeling in the world.
Oh.
Could be completely wrong, but also scary.
Oh. Very concerning. Very concerning.
So you are going.
I'm just doing the thing. I'm grabbing all of the utensils and bits and grabbing some boots, and then I'm coming straight back, basically.
You bump into Hazes in school grounds and you walk back together. She's got like tomes and stuff like that with her, and you don't really talk that much on the way. I mean, you do a little bit, otherwise it's weird, but like she doesn't fill you in because otherwise she'll have to say it a couple of times over. And you are back in the Apennine. And Nevma has been poring over the map and like drawing on it and making notes of what she kind of feels like would be good routes. Right. So if we have just one team, we need to do this route. And she kind of shows how you would hit all these different buildings. She's circled all the ones that she thinks are offices. And if we're two groups, we should do this. And she points it out. Hazes, what is your stealth like? And Hazes kind of goes, I'm actually not very good. If this is a pure stealth mission, I might be better off on watch, if I'm perfectly honest. I have never done a sneak class in my life, and I've lived my whole life kind of in armor, so I'm just used to moving in that way. But I'm quite perceptive, so I might be a good lookout, if that helps.
All right, lookout's good. Right. Okay.
Excuse me.
You know, and I've got dark vision.
All right, good for you. All right, what kind of weird dig is that? Not all of us have dark vision, Jesus.
I mean, yeah. Would it help for us to be kind of there as backup kind of thing in case anything goes awry?
Well, at the moment, if we do if it's two, then it's what Harath and Hazes and then me and Nevma sneaking in.
Or we have 2 units, so to speak, of a sneaky person and someone to get the sneaky person out of a jam.
Yeah.
It hangs back a little bit.
Yeah. I was thinking of sending Mr. Fay in.
Yeah, where is Mr. Fay? I haven't seen him for like a week.
He appears at the bar. There he is. He's there.
Bah!
Exact same look of disdain.
I'm back. Oh, great.
Wait, oh, that's
Agatha is holding him like that.
Fuck are you looking at?
He just looked directly at the camera and was like, I'm a 300-year-old criminal.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Especially if you can see and hear through.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, I'm trying, sneak is, I'm trying, I'm still not super great at stealth. I'm a bit better than I was, but, like...
Yeah.
Can you cast, like, any kind of invisibility, or... I mean, this is why we need Bing Bong, really.
Bing Bong could cast invisibility on me.
Yeah. I don't know what Pluto can do, but I know he can be stealthy.
Maybe Bing Bong cast invisibility on either just me or me and her, and the 3 of us and Mr. Fay go in. Bing Bong stays back, cast on me. So me, Pluto, Nevma, Mr. Fay sneak in.
Doesn't last very long, that spell as well. You have to remember.
It's like a minute or an hour?
Minute.
Well, it's a minute.
So it's really, you need it cast on you when you're in a pinch.
Yeah. Well, as long as I'm within 100 feet of the office and I'm going to look at the map and kind of find a space of like, okay, if I hide here, then I can be Mr. Fay in here, and Bing Bong can like watch my body almost. Or, whoever.
Yeah, I mean that makes it groups of 3, like 2 3s, and if we can make sure that there are enough people able to do enough things on each of the teams, then I think we could practically have our the time that we need to spend in the
Tom, when you said that you went to the school, one of the things that you were going to do was go and get the information that the boys that Sunny and Kai had discovered from being in Jingle.
Yes, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot.
No, that's quite all right. What I'd like you to do is roll on behalf. Can you roll a d20, please?
Oh, bud. Nikki, I'm sorry for this.
No, you're rolling. I'm going to let you roll for Kai.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because I don't think that.
So fucking. I think Nikki gave me his magic through the screen. That was a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
+7 because it's Kai.
27.
Right. Let me.
What a clever lad.
He feels absolutely so much so much better that he managed to get such great information. So it was this like, it's weird because now he would have had to have like spilled a bunch of information very, very quickly to you.
Yeah.
But there are lots of different kinds of types of myconid, which is the general term for these mushroom people. I'm going to have to put you down because you're so heavy. But he's really enjoying himself.
No, I don't want to go.
So these ones themselves are chanterelle genus, right?
So all myconids, for the most part, in written history, live underground environments.
Right.
They like cold, damp environments.
Mm-hmm.
And they are almost always extremely peace-loving creatures, which is why they are actually quite rare creatures.
Yeah.
Centuries and centuries of learning to avoid other kinds of life that reside underground that often hurt them. Mm-hmm. There are kinds, the ones that you know a bit more, this kind of tall, proud myconid races that have learned to fight for defensive uses only. They are strong warriors, but they would never attack. They just protect their kind. They are races that tend to live further underground, in deep in the Underdark. And then there are others that just try, and live in peace and stay secret, that live in like cave systems. But all myconids can be damaged by the sun and by bright light and by dry atmospheres. They even found pictures that match both Alaric and Kappa. Mm-hmm. And they are from a race of myconids from Drashen, who are very secretive and very rare. They are slightly closer still to mushrooms than, for example, the warrior type of myconid that have quite a hard body, quite a kind of natural armor. These are very soft. They're very much closer to mushrooms than people. They abhor violence of all kinds, and they are often decimated by predators because they just, they just want to live. They don't even think to protect themselves or create defensive structures around their living situations. But because all myconids shed spores all the time, and they can choose which of those spores they nurture into life. So that's the thing that keeps them, they've clawed themselves back from extinction a number of times because every day they shed spores. So if one survives, they can create a whole, they can kind of claw themselves back from the brink. But they frighten easily, and they are delicate, soft creatures. And they are not wise or clever, particularly. And both Kai and Sunny stayed behind because they wanted to have a conversation with Vodinos, Professor Vodinos of Jingle, because they were sitting there in Jingle watching these flying moles and thinking, we know that these were rescued animals. And maybe there's maybe the school actually knows how to extract this kind of thing and make it work. So they're staying behind to talk to Vodinos about the possibility of the school helping, but they're not going to act on it yet because obviously there's this secondary thing that they're not going to talk to the school about.
Cool. Okay. I relay all of that information in much the same way as you did. So I think, as strange as it might seem, I kind of almost feel like the least the as little talk from us around anyone about the Myconids, the better, right? If they think that we're gonna suddenly go after the Myconids, then I feel like that's a surefire way of putting them in harm's way. Whereas if we're just solely thinking about the arm for now.
One other thing that I should have put in that as well.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but you got a natural 20, so you need all the information. The spores, they die out. They are not viable so quickly and so easily. So
there's no point in like trying to get them or anything. Then
it's like, unless these people are absolute myconid experts, any spores that they take away will probably be gone by the time they even get to the office, because they need to be so carefully nurtured.
Okay.
So sorry, that was the last thing.
Okay, awesome. And with that extra information, obviously, I've sort of spoken a little bit about my feelings personally about sorting out the myconids currently, and I say also in terms of the spores. They're not living until they're alive. So, I mean, you know, we don't need to kind of. I don't think we need to worry about the spores themselves either. So.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Right. How I'm just trying to think how are we gonna get Cap and Alaric out. Other than, I guess, maybe we can carry them. Did Kai and Sunny say anything about, like, you know, don't touch them because it can like damage them or anything? Or do you
Well, from what you've said, like, the environment is already not perfect for them, because they've created kind of like a swamp environment. It's warm and moist in there.
Yeah,
but they have lived. So I would say that if everything goes to shit tonight, I mean, we don't need to rescue them tonight. But if everything goes to shit and it looks like they're just going to like burn the place to the ground, we just lock those doors and protect the building until we get them into a like light, tight thing to move them. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't really want to walk them through the city, even if it's dark.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's too dangerous.
I think we're qualified enough to go and search for any information about missing people. Less qualified about in protecting these delicate creatures.
It's about at this stage that Pluto and Bing Bong enter, and Pluto's been in here before and kind of comes in and sits down with everybody and kind of says hello. Bing Bong has actually not, I don't think she's been here before, and she's like, fucking hell, this place is... Was that playing on the...
That's my sister, that's Mel. I can introduce you if you like. She loves to meet other bards.
She looks really pleased with herself and like sits up on the bench and goes, right, what's going on?
So...
There's something about an arm.
Yeah, we went to the zoo and we found an arm, and we grabbed the arm and we ran, and now we're gonna sneak back to the petting park.
Oh my god, we're gonna be breaking the law again.
Well, you don't have to.
No, I'm well up for it. It's just, we're your mentors. We're gonna do it, whatever. But it's, maybe next time we have a kind of cool adventure with your mentors, we do it not in Sorare, because it's like that one rule. Do you remember when they said, then the teachers were like, anything but doing crimes in the city that we're from?
Yeah, but I'm a local, so I'm allowed.
Does that mean not doing crimes when we know the crimes have already been committed. So it's kind of like double jeopardy, right? Do you have that here?
That sounds like a Fae thing to me.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
okay.
know. No idea what you're on about.
Damn.
Right. So are you telling me that there's that the people who run a zoo are also murderers?
Maybe, or they're just getting rid of bodies for people. We're not really sure. But our plan is to go into this office and see what we can find out. Or actually, our plan is you, Nevma, and me as Mr. Fay, summon him again, go in and see what we can find.
Right. Well, this sounds exciting. And what I think I'll say, kind of, I know it's a little bit early, but what I think I'll say is that we will stop there and assume that from now until midnight, you feel everybody talks so that they are on the same page and the plan is airtight. So from now until next week, you can come up with an airtight plan.
Okay.
And next week we will start with with a little bit of breaking and entering and information gathering.
Just a little bit of breaking and entering is a treat, you know.
It's a little treat, and that way it'll give Sunny an opportunity to be a part of it if Sunny wants to be a part of it, or stay with Kai and they can kind of do more stuff back at the school.
Awesome.
Or go to bed, whatever they want to do.
Love it.
Cool. Well done, guys. Well done. That was a little bit of investigating and a lot of Tom accidentally asking people out.
It's just, yeah. I came with an energy.
It was
Lydian
great.
came
I
with an
loved
energy.
it. Yeah.
And some questions that are being asked currently. More questions than answers right now.
Yeah. Too
Love
many
it.
questions.
Join us on Friday for some of the romance game with me and Tom, and then come back next week for trying to stealthily sneak through a petting zoo, which will definitely not go wrong.
It's gonna be fine.
With animals screaming.
Right?
It'll be great.
Oh, they're all going to be were animals, aren't they? that weird little bird is just going to sort of like grow 8 more
It's a reverse were thing where it's like an animal and they turn part human.
By night they're just going, kill me.
They all just grow human-sized legs, no matter what they were before. They just all get human-sized legs and run around with a tiny little animal on top.
Oh my god.
Nightmarish.
Horrid.
And on that note.
Yeah, on that note, again, join us Friday, 7 p.m, I assume, on normal time? Yeah. And yeah, not join us next week. We'll be back then. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.